Back. Jonathan Scott with Vegas Nonstop, coming to you from the Little Theater here at Hey Vegas with my friend and soon-to-be yours, Chef Stacey Dougan. Chef Stacey, so I've got all this information on you, and I like starting every segment with a toast because I just love drinking.
Okay.
So
let me toast. Let me grab a kale chip.
Yeah, grab some kale. Chef Stacey brought these. These are just delicious.
Thank you.
Just delicious, and I'm probably going to be off my nut in a little while here. I'm going to be talking about all kinds of unicorns and rainbows and beautiful things. So anyway, here's to your good health.
Here's to your good health. Cheers.
Here we go. Chef Stacey Dougan is a globally revered plant-based chef, restaurateur, and mother who has successfully combined the art of culinary vegan cuisine with the skill of entrepreneurship. You can stop me at any point here and jump in with anything.
Go ahead.
Okay. Chef Stacey's been a vegan chef. Is it vegan or vegan?
Vegan.
Now, if you live in Las Vegas, does that make you a Vegas vegan?
Yes.
Okay. A Vegas vegan chef and raw and living food nutritionist for over 2 decades. You were explaining raw to me the other day.
Yes.
Because I always thought when you said somebody told you to eat it raw, it meant something entirely different, Lou.
So raw, I'll explain it really quickly.
Please.
Raw is nothing that has been cooked over a temperature of 115 degrees, but it's also vegan, which means that there's no animal products, no dairy, no meat. So it's very, very healthy. It's like the optimal way to eat if you're like trying to eat for healing and health and things like that. Yes.
And that's what kind of got you started into it, isn't it?
That is,
For health reasons?
Yeah, for health reasons. I had eczema really bad. I used to get colds all the time, and I wanted to heal my body, and so I was exploring ways to heal, and then I had the opportunity to open a vegan raw restaurant in Atlanta in the early 2000s, and so that's how I got started. By healing myself, I was able to heal myself with eczema, and see how other people heal themselves along the way.
I heard from my comedian friend George Wallace yesterday, who is from Atlanta, Hotlanta, and calls it Wakanda. And George, we had lunch the other day at a South African restaurant, and my friend George Wallace said to me, he says this on stage, why bother going to Africa? Just go to Atlanta. He says, there are plenty of black people there. Go to Atlanta. Save yourself some money. Chef Stacey was the founder and executive chef of Simply Pure Vegan Cafe, or Vegan Cafe, vegan, I think. The second plant-based restaurant to open in Las Vegas.
Yes.
How many years did you have Simply Pure?
7.5.
Well, that's a good run.
Yeah. We closed only because I was tired. I was ready to do something else.
I'm tired.
I was
so
tired. I was like, it's time to wrap it up and do something different. And we were in a small space. We were in Container Park, which is 300 square feet.
Yes.
So we really needed to be. It wasn't. We weren't able to scale there. So
yes.
I needed to take a break, regroup, and figure out another direction. And so now we have, the food truck coming, which we got to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yes.
Chef Stacey's impressive culinary background includes training with James Beard award-winning chefs, creating meals for celebrity clients such as President Bill Clinton.
Yeah, that was interesting.
President Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Who I think his favorite, like my favorite thing that he passed through, Lou, was the eatin' ain't cheatin' doctrine. Thank you, President Bill Clinton. New Jersey State Senator Cory Booker and artists like Usher and Erykah Badu.
Yes.
Wow.
You know Erykah Badu?
Do I know who she is?
Mm-hmm.
I do. I was at one of her very, very first performances in Chicago, and she was wonderful. She was great. My friend Maurice White, who was also in A&R in Chicago for Urban Contemporary, introduced me to Erykah Badu very early in her career. And we talked about your early career with MCA Universal on the urban side. And I had a friend named Carter Russell.
She was under Universal.
She was with she was a Universal talent. Chef Stacey's a cannabis consumer and advocate. She curates plant-based cannabis-infused dining experience and created a line of premium plant-based edibles and recipes designed for optimum health. Let's talk about that.
Yes, so here we have it. Those are the
delicious.
Thank you. Those are the cannabis kale chips. So I like edibles, but I'm not into cookies and brownies and things like that, and like the gummies. And I'm like, there has to be something healthy, and there wasn't. So I created something healthier. So these are the cannabis kale chips, but I also make cannabis oil, so healthy cooking oils, avocado oil, olive oil, so we can start to incorporate more cannabis into our cooking. And
So we talked a little bit about how you got started as a plant-based. We already talked about that a little bit. What's the difference between vegan, vegetarian, and plant-based?
Vegan is someone that doesn't eat any animal products. Vegetarian might eat like they may not eat animals. They may not eat beef, but they may eat just like fish or not fish. I'm sorry, like dairy. They might do that. And then plant-based is somebody that just eats from the earth. I mean, but honestly, I tell people don't label your diet. Just eat healthy, be balanced. You don't have to be vegan. You don't have to be vegetarian. Just eat according to how your body feels.
I posted on social media about a year ago that I was considering a plant-based diet, and boy, it lit up like a fire, like a Christmas tree, because everybody had something to say about that, and that's pretty difficult. You know, to have a plant-based diet, it's pretty challenging, really, to somebody that grew up in Chicago like me, that's used to hot dogs and hamburgers and pizza and that.
Yeah.
So I do my best. Anyway, how did you get started in the cannabis space as a consumer and entrepreneur? Why did you start smoking weed, and how did you start cooking with it?
So I started smoking after I had my son. I was balancing being a single mother and having a business, and I needed something else to help me besides meditation, and cannabis was it. And I had a friend who was actually a felon, an ex-felon. He couldn't find a job, and so he started growing cannabis. Now he's like the manager of a big cultivation in Oregon, but he started growing it. He started telling me about how I can relax with it, and he started supplying me first, and then I went on and started smoking myself.
I said it took 50 years, 50, for me to be able to order a pizza and a half ounce and get it delivered to
That's awesome. This is a good time.
How does cannabis relate to vegan food?
They're both healing. So vegan food can be healing for the body, and the cannabis plant is, I am viewing it as medicine, and I'm an advocate of it being medicine. So they can both heal the body. So used simultaneously, that's the ultimate healing high.
Well, here we go. Let's talk about your new truck.
Yes, food truck is coming. It's a Simply Pure food truck, all plant-based. I'm so excited. We're debuting at the Super Bowl in Arizona, and we are doing it. I'm so excited about it. And shout out to my business partner, Michelle, who helped me with everything. She executive produced the truck, we say, and we're doing it. We're really excited.
And the truck is called Simply Pure, just like your store.
Simply Pure by Chef Stacey Dougan. That's the name of the truck.
And you're going to be all around the Super Bowl, kind of.
We will be. Yeah, we'll be mostly in Consumption Park, which is the first activation that's ever been done for a major sports, any kind of sports event. So Consumption Park is the cannabis activation that the NFL signed up for.
Do you know where that is?
It's going to be about 3 miles away from the stadium.
In Glendale,
yeah.
probably Glendale, Arizona.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but if you go to consumptionpark.com,
oh, good.
Then they have a website and all the information there. It's going to be lit. Lit
AF.
Yes. Yes.
Curating cannabis-infused dining experience at the Super Bowl at Consumption Park. ConsumptionPark.com is going to be that. I think that's it for my notes.
That's it. See,
wow.
You
went easy on me. I got through the notes pretty quick here. So what else do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about
food. I want to talk about having like a 3 or 5 course dinner. If we did something like a Vegas dinner party, and I invite my celebrity friends to come and have a cannabis-infused dinner by Chef Stacey, what's that going to be?
That is going to, what is going to be, what it's going to look
like?
What would it
look like?
Okay, we'll have a long table, dinner experience. We'll decorate the table really nicely. We'll have nice music. When people come in, we'll have hors d'oeuvres. We'll have terpene-infused cocktails. And then we'll have everybody sit around, and we'll have it served in courses. So the first course comes out. I explain the dish. I explain how it was infused. Everybody partakes, and then we have our team come and take the plates away, serve the second course. We'll do 4 courses.
4 courses.
I did an event called 4 and 20. 4 courses, 20 guests. I started in 2017.
I love that.
And I was infusing with CBD only. But I want to take that to the next level. So.
For those who don't know, for you kids at home that don't know about 420.
Yes.
I think Luke could probably explain it better than I can. It started at a college, I think, in Boston. We're at 4:20 in the afternoon on April 20th. Everybody decided to spark up. Was that the best way? Did I do pretty good?
That sounds pretty good.
You're buying it. Okay, so I like that. So it's 4 for 20.
420. 4 courses, 20 guests.
And what would the entree be?
Let's see. I have a jackfruit crab cake with a creamy polenta and a like a horseradish sauce and microgreens.
So if people want to find you, what's the best way for them to find you?
www.simplypurelv.com or at Chef Stacey Dougan at simplypurelv on Instagram, or you just Google Chef Stacey Dougan, and thankfully I come up.
Yeah, and you're available for private parties, for catering, and events, and
absolutely.
And
yeah.
And if you want the food truck,
the truck is available first.
Yeah, the truck is ready to go as of this
we
week.
want the truck to be popping, so if you all want to come and we have a sound system, we have a microphone, we can pull up a DJ, we can make it a whole party. We can do a dining experience right off the truck.
I love that. I think we're ready for that.
We're ready for that, and we can do it cannabis infused.
So again, if you've got any ideas for a segment, or if you want to sponsor a segment, or if you want to get on television with us, you can write me at news1lasvegas at gmail.com. That's news1lasvegas@gmail.com. Thank you, Chef Stacey.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. This is fun.
Yeah, it's always fun. As always, Jonathan Scott reminding you, eat well and party hard, my friends. We'll be right back with more of Vegas Nonstop.